SpaceX is creating the Terafab along with Tesla.
Uh-huh.
And what that is they're going to create billions upon billions of AI chips. That's his goal. He wants to make 1 million chips per month to start with, and
Uh-huh.
then work up from there. And so they want to have a terawatt worth of chips produced every year. Now, right now, if you were to add up all the chip providers in the world, it would be 20 gigawatts, roughly, of
Uh-huh.
AI chips. And he wants to do 1,000 gigawatts worth of chips. So that's about 50 times as much as the entire world combined. And the thing is like, if you count up the cars that he's going to create, the autonomous cars, like the Tesla cars right now, there's 10 million of them on the road,
Uh-huh.
and he wants to make 2 million Cybercabs per year, and he wants to make in the first year 1 million of the Optimus robots, the second year 10 million, the third year 100 million. So at those numbers, plus he wants to make these data centers to run all of those cars and to run all those robots and to answer people's questions. So if you're going to do that, you need huge numbers of chips, because right now the vast majority of people in the world are not using AI.
Uh-huh.
And the few, let's say about 1 billion people,
Revolutionizing the world.
yeah. So you can't revolutionize the world with a tiny amount of chips.
Yeah.
And so you need, if you're going to have AI in everything, you need lots and lots and lots of chips. And so he's planning to make the Terafab. And they said to call it a factory is kind of like a misnomer.
Yeah.
Because his gigafactory in Texas right now is one of the biggest factories in the world. It's 1 mile long. Yes. And the Terafab is going to be 10 times as large.
Wow.
Yes. It's going to cover many, many acres of land.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a scale that nobody has ever thought of before. And he's going after it. So, and he's making progress. So apparently they've paid $10 million to Grimes County, Texas, where the Terafab is going to go.
Uh-huh.
It's a prepayment on the construction of the Terafab.
I see.
They said that is so much money for them. They said it's about 40% of their tax haul for the year.
Uh-huh.
Because they usually get about $25 million in taxes every year. And he just up and paid 10 million.
10 million. Oh.
So they're trying to lock it in to get that started.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a monster, and I'm sure they're gonna start on it pretty soon. Maybe in a year, I would guess. But the money has changed hands. So yeah.
Things are set in motion.
Things are set in motion. So that's what we need. So we'll see what comes next. You know.
Oh, it's not just talk anymore.
It's not just talk. And so I'm looking forward to the earnings call later today to find out, what are all their plans, how much money they're making, and so on. Because they have a lot on their plate right now.
Yeah.
So the number one business is Starlink. And that business is growing like 30% per month, they said. So it's a huge, huge growth right now. They've got 10 million subscribers, and
Uh-huh.
it's the only system that covers the whole planet. It's the first global telecom company.
Uh-huh.
Nobody else can offer service to the entire planet except them.
I see.
So they've got that going. They've got the AI business that they're going to start in the future.
Uh,
They've got, well, I shouldn't call it in the future. So,
this is the future.
yeah. So right now,
Mm,
they're the fastest at building data centers on the Earth.
yeah.
Nobody can get them up faster than they are. And so that's going to translate into some amount of money. People are already paying them. They have 3 companies paying them almost $3 billion a month.
Uh-huh.
So that's a lot of money. And then there's the business of getting AI chips into space and making the data centers.
Yeah.
So that is another huge business that's to come.
Because space is limitless.
Space is limitless. You got limitless energy. You've got, limitless ability to cool the satellites.
Yeah.
You can put as much stuff up as you can get. And some people will say we don't have enough room up there. No, I've actually heard that we're going to create something called the Kessler syndrome, where one satellite, if it breaks up, a piece of it can hit another satellite, and then that will break up, and it'll hit more satellites and more until the entire space is covered in debris. But the problem is, most people, when you hear that, you think of space as full right now. But the scale of every diagram that I've ever seen of the satellites around the Earth has been completely off. They will show you the Earth as a tiny little ball, and then they will show you these satellites all around it. And you can actually see either little dots or little balls going around the Earth, and it looks like the Earth is physically covered.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is the scale is off. So if you're going to shrink the Earth down to that little size, you can't see any satellites.
No, that's it.
So there's a lot more space up there than we think. That doesn't mean that a collision can't happen, but there's a lot of space up there that they can put up satellites and other things. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see quite a few satellites going up. But yeah, they're doing it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to figure out how, to make it safe and
Yeah.
for themselves and others. So, and so they have a lot going for them right now, and I want to find out about all their other lines of business, like even Grok. Grok right now, it's a decent model, but it's not state of the art. But they're working on it.
Rock is improving all the time.
He's improving every day. So what's going to come of that? And so I want to find out, what their plans are. And so I'm going to listen in today and see what they have going on. So, but yeah, they're as usual. They're going as fast as possible, as fast as humanly possible. And the other nice story I saw was this lady was saying she's out in the middle of rural Utah, and she's doing payroll for her company. There's no cell phone, no cell towers, but she's got a Starlink Mini. They put it up on their Cybertruck, and then she can do her work from out in the middle of nowhere. Now that's great.
Yeah.
That's something we couldn't do before. So
Oh,
yeah. The other neat thing I found out was Starship Flight 13. This ship is being towed back
yeah.
to um, Australia, and it's underway. And these guys were showing. There's actually satellite photos where you can see the ship being pulled by the Starship rather being pulled by the tugboats. So it's pretty cool. And they're going to be launching in about a month. They're going to send a new crew of astronauts up to the ISS. So that's cool.
Uh-huh.
And then in the AI field, some interesting things that happened was DeepSeek version 4 Flash. This thing basically is a beast. It's definitely frontier quality AI. It's as good, in some people's opinion, as the best models from Anthropic, like from Claude Fable, Claude Mythos. But you only pay 2 cents for a million tokens. Whereas
That's like giving it away free, yeah?
yes. So it is massive. It is a huge jump. Not so much because they went ahead of everybody else, but as they dropped the cost down so much.
Uh-huh.
And so we're going to see what comes of that. I don't think any of the AI labs can ignore something like that.
No.
So now I want to use DeepSeek. So yeah, it's something. And so we'll see what happens over in that area. And then we've got the Tesla robotaxi fleet. It's driven 380,000 unsupervised miles.
Wow.
Without a notable incident. And that number is growing every week as they add more cars. So 380,000 without an accident.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't
ignore that.
Yeah. So now that doesn't mean that they didn't. Nobody hit them, because
No,
that's happened.
they weren't responsible. But
yeah. So that's good. So we'll see what the next chapter is. But every week, more and more of those cybercabs are showing up in different locations. They saw a whole bunch that they got sent to San Antonio, which is a city that didn't have any of them before. So they're staging them all over the country, and so one of these days we're going to see them turn on. So that'll be a great day. So, and yeah, so there was another thing that happened in AI today. Another company came out with an AI camera.
No. Come on. Let me understand what's going on.
So basically, when you point your camera at something, it gets the information in, the visual information from the light that comes in. And that's it. It records it.
Yeah.
But this is a camera that understands what it sees. So it doesn't just bring the light in, but it will try to interpret what it sees.
Information.
Yeah. And so it will look, and it will see where things are in the room and identify them. It will, if it sees a plate of food, it would look at it, and then it will figure out how many calories are in the food.
All that information.
All of that. And so when you want to, you can just ask it about the room, and then it'll be able to tell you where things are. Oh, I saw your keys over there in that corner. Or you ate a little bit too much calories today. So that's things like that.
All that information without asking, huh?
Yes, it will just be there, and for whenever it is that you want to. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that gets used and how popular it becomes. You know. Okay, so I was going to tell you about the response of the mathematicians to that new version of ChatGPT that solved 10 long-standing math problems that they couldn't solve.
Yeah. Things that will go back generations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this mathematician says, about pain and grief of mathematicians in the face of new results of OpenAI and others. In this time of sudden acceleration in mathematics, it's worth reminding all my fellow mathematician friends of the work of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. There are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. He says, I've already made it through all of them, and I'm living my happy ever after. I don't think I'm even the same mathematician I used to be, and that's okay. And so he then tells them the best thing you can do is just get yourself an AI and just figure out what it can do, you know, and find ways of doing what you've already done in a new way. And he says the sooner the better. And he says there's only 300,000 mathematicians. And he says that they should try to preserve their human resources and pass it on to the next generation. And let them know that they'll have to find their own way of doing math now that AI exists. But I love his final quote in his tweet. He says, the dinosaurs are gone. This is the era of the swift cockroaches. They survive everything and build new empires.
Whoa, the swift cockroaches.
Yeah. I would have never thought about it that way. But you know what that tells you, right?
You can't kill out no cockroach, man.
No. But it tells you how he was thinking about non-mathematicians, right?
Yeah.
Is they felt that like they were an exclusive club. They have this special skill that was uniquely human.
Yeah.
And especially prized. And now that's all gone. Now the machines have got it. And so that's a big deal for a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of things to come to grips with, all at once,
And this isn't the first time, though, that I heard this whole 5 stages of grief thing about AI. That guy, Brian Romilly, that I was telling you about?
Yeah, I got to know Romilly now.
You know his name. I'm always talking about him, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He has a whole series of articles just about that he says everybody is going to go through that. Because everybody that thinks they're smart will never approach the capacity of an AI. They're just not. You can't think at machine speed. You don't have access to the same amount of data. And he says everybody's going to be eclipsed. And he says you've got to process the grief and you got to move on.
Yeah.
And to whatever comes afterwards. And he talks about different things like forming guilds where you preserve human craftsmanship and human taste. And he was also saying that one of the things you could do in those guilds is you get AI, you get robots, you have autonomous cars, and you use it to make money as a group. And but the main focus was you have to have something that you do that's uniquely human that you can bond together with other humans over and not let the machines do everything. It was pretty good. I enjoyed what he had to say, but we're in a different time where This is even a conversation. We're having a conversation about the smartest humans being surpassed by machines. Oh my goodness. It's a new world, Dad.
Yeah.